Welcome to Hometowns and Heroes. I'm Mark Stewart, and this is part 2 of a series on George Rivera, a talented former governor of the Pueblo of Milwaukee and a great artist. If you saw last week's show, you saw what life can throw at somebody, and he showed us how to come back from it. And you saw some great dancing, which will have the whole segment up on YouTube. And this week, we're going to see some more of George's work and visit some of the other pueblos in northern New Mexico. So sit back, enjoy, subscribe, like. Here we go.
Hometowns and heroes all across this land. Hometowns and heroes, let's give them a hand.
I'm Mark Stewart from Hometowns and Heroes, and today we're at Skyline Regional Park here in Buckeye, Arizona, one of the fastest growing communities in the West. And this is the perfect place to introduce to you some of the hometown heroes that have been featured on DirecTV, giving more of themselves, making this a better country. And to start off the show, let's meet Rebecca Blackwell.
Behind me is a sample of some of the natural beauty that inspired Georgia O'Keeffe. And not only that, George Rivera.
We meet George Rivera at his studio in Milwaukee, Pueblo, just north of Santa Fe. This talented man became governor and leads his people to a better life.
My name's George Rivera, and I'm an artist, and I welcome you all to my gallery and studio here. I was born in Santa Fe, New Mexico. My dad was from Santa Fe. My mom is from Milwaukee, Pueblo. This is Milwaukee, Pueblo, where we're at now. And so I grew up in Santa Fe and the Pueblo for most of my life. I did go to Santa Fe High School and took an art class there and got into ceramics and just fell in love with what I was doing and went to art school at the Institute of American Indian Arts in Santa Fe. Then I went to California College of Arts in Oakland, and then I went to Lacoste School of Art in the south of France. And I studied ceramics and sculpture and drawing, painting, photography, design, and I traveled around Europe and lived there for off and on for 3 years, and that was a great experience that I was able to see all the artistic stuff in Western Europe. Traveled throughout the countries and seen museums, pretty much like a job. It was my job to go see all the museums and study all the different arts. And so I've done a lot of different work, abstract work, figurative work. This is a sculpture of Billy Mills. Billy Mills is a friend of mine, and he's a pretty amazing person. He won the gold medal at the 1964 Olympics in Tokyo, 10,000 meters, second biggest upset in Olympic history, and just an amazing finish. And his whole life story is just amazing, and it is an honor really to portray him in sculpture. So this is a smaller scale. This is, you know, his proportion here is about 16 inches tall. And then with computers, we can do a 3D scan of this, and then a robot cuts out in foam whatever size that you want. So this gives you an idea. This is like 10 times this size right here. And so this is mostly foam with a little bit of clay on it. And this is really the modern way of sculpting. So you can work out your images on this scale and then enlarge them in a safe way, because prior to using foam and a little bit of clay, you were using either a lot of plaster or a lot of clay. So it made it very heavy and actually kind of dangerous to be around big pieces like this. The pose that I chose for Billy is the pose that he's in when he's passing the guy who was in first place. So this is the championship pose right here when he took the gold medal. We're trying to get this big piece cast and then hopefully try to get the Olympic Committee interested in maybe putting this out for the 2000 and 20 Olympics in Tokyo. Why this piece is so important, the Great Horse, is because it changed the lives of all the Western Native American tribes. They were able to go out and hunt the buffalo on horseback, versus before that they were always on foot. They had no beasts of burden. And so also in warfare, it changed not only tribes against tribes, but when the Americans were coming from the east, when they met the tribes in the west on horseback, it kind of was a little bit more even in terms of warfare. They were able to compete, you know. As to if they were just on foot, it's a lot harder to compete against a military that's on horse.
Here are a few facts about Santa Fe. If you're a person who enjoys window shopping, you could spend days looking at the art, the books, the blankets, belts, shoes, boots, furniture, jewelry, and the list goes on. And no wonder, for over 400 years, Santa Fe has been a commercial center where goods and services were made and traded. Today, Santa Fe has a small-town atmosphere, but an international reputation for artistic sophistication. Many of its streets near the Central Plaza have art galleries with both ancient traditional and very contemporary art. And of course, the most famous tourist museum, Santa Fe's own Georgia O'Keeffe Museum, with over 65,000 works of art. So as you tour Santa Fe, you'll see a unique blend of Anglo, Spanish, and Native cultures. The Loretto Chapel, which we will visit now, is the location of our Loretto Line tour on a tram, and it's also the chapel with the famous spiral staircase, built in 1879. Loretto Chapel is a Gothic structure. Inside are ornate stained glass windows, brought by covered wagon on the Santa Fe Trail from Paris.
My name is Richard Lindsley. I'm curator here at Loretto Chapel Museum. Our miraculous staircase is called that because of three mysteries about our staircase. The first mystery is who built it. The second mystery is why does the staircase stand? But not a single engineer on the planet to date has been able to tell us how much weight the staircase can hold without tearing it apart. And the third and final mystery is the wood. So those are our three great mysteries. Who built it? Why does it stand? And where does wood come from? No one knows.
Well, we're here in Santa Fe, and we have George Rivera with us. This is his sculptured monument to Sergeant First Class Petrie.
Yes.
And George is going to tell us about it now. George?
Well, it was an honor to do something for the city of Santa Fe and for the family, the Petrie family. And I accepted the request of the family to sculpt Leroy, who received the Medal of Honor from President Barack Obama in 2011, and I donated all of my time to this because I felt like, well, I didn't serve in the military. He'd been through war and had served his country, so I felt like I needed to give back, and this is how I could give back, was to do the sculpture. And so when I accepted the commission, I told the family I wanted to meet Leroy so that I could learn more about him, so I could tell his story through sculpture. And you know, one of the things I noticed that he had a prosthetic hand because he lost his hand during the battle in Afghanistan. One of the things I noticed is that he's always coming out like this to shake everybody's hand, and he's a real gentleman and a nice person, and he's always got his hand out like this to shake people's hands, and then it's unusual for people to shake somebody's hand.
It's not really.
And it's a robotic prosthetic hand, and so that kind of gets the story going. And the way I portrayed him here is he's welcoming everybody to the city, to City Hall here in Santa Fe. So it's a very welcoming gesture versus any other military type salute or something. So now he's a permanent fixture here, and he's made in bronze, and stainless steel. The hand is in stainless steel.
I'm Randy Randall, the tourism director for the city of Santa Fe, and art is a huge part of what we do here in Santa Fe, and George is probably one of the greatest examples we've got of an artist who's from Santa Fe and grew up here. He's served his people well as a governor of his pueblo, and he serves the city of Santa Fe by doing art such as what's right behind me. Very prolific artist, very good artist, and we're proud to have him as one of our hometown heroes.
The Rey Inn, built in 1936, is an historic landmark hotel in the city of Santa Fe. Renowned for its adobe architecture and classic Route 66 motor court appeal, the Rey Inn provides guests an authentic experience as to the essence of Santa Fe. Rooms and suites in the Rey Inn feature hand-carved vicas and wood beam ceilings with thick adobe wall construction. A beautiful outdoor swimming pool with both indoor and outdoor hot tubs complement the exterior's lush gardens, along with an artistically landscaped outdoor event space. The second quarter of 2017 will see a significant renovation of this hotel. This will include the lobby reception area that will receive a complete furniture design. An added bar and dining area will be constructed in an existing part of the hotel, preserving the historic nature of the Rey while providing a relaxing environment for guests to enjoy a cocktail, glass of wine or beer. With its centralized Santa Fe location and encompassing 5 acres of lush gardens, the Rey Inn provides a peaceful, relaxing sanctuary with easy access to all the city attractions. Not far out of Santa Fe, between Santa Fe and Albuquerque, is Cochiti. It's the Pueblo of Cochiti, and they have a new visitor center. We stopped in and got a good look at some of the really great artwork that's done in this Pueblo.
Good morning, everybody. I'm White Eagle from Cochiti Pueblo, and these are my drums. And these drums are made out of aspen, and the covers are made out of rawhide from a cow. It takes about a month to actually make one drum, so we're totally green. This is what the drum logs look like when they start out, and this is I've been chiseling it, and we try to get it to like a 1/2 inch thickness around the perimeter. My grandfather right here, named Gomomo, Steven Herrera, is one of the best drum makers in Cochiti Pueblo, and so he's left us and I'm carrying on, and I'm glad that I was able to pick it up. This is our brand new visitor center. This is the second year that it's been here. There are a lot of artists here in Cochiti Pueblo, so we take pride in arts and crafts, and everyone does something a little different. You know, I do the drums, others do jewelry, some do clay and pottery, baskets, and so on. Cochiti Pueblo is famous for storytellers, just like the drums. And we have some very talented artisans here that do storytellers, and they're just so beautiful, and people come from all over the world just to get their storytellers here.
How are you, everybody? My name is Martha R. Carroll. I started making maybe when I was about 15. This is a lady storyteller. This is one of the first ones that I learned to make. It takes years practice making to get to where my pottery look like this now. And this is a drummer. This one here is a mermaid. And these are one-of-a-kind special here in Cochiti Pueblo.
Hi, my name is Nellie Suina, and I'm from Cochiti Pueblo. I do the artwork here with Native American jewelry. A lot of my jewelry is traditional and contemporary. I was taught by my grandmother. Everything is hand-cut, drilled, sanded, polished, and so forth. So there's a lot of different types of stones that I use. All my work is one-of-a-kind pieces. I've won awards on this piece. This is one of the larger pieces that I do. Any of my work, whether it's the traditional turquoise or the beadwork, all my work is 100% guaranteed.
Be sure to visit the Pueblo de Cochiti Vistor Center, where you'll be able to buy authentic Native American art from the artists we just met, including many others, for drums, pottery, jewelry, cups, t-shirts, hats, cold drinks, and more. And remember, you will pass the Visitor Center on the road to the National Monument Tent Rocks, only 5 miles away.
Just up the road from the Cochiti Visitor Center is the Cochiti Golf Course, and it is a beautiful course, designed by Robert Trent Jones, Jr., with panoramic displays of the mountains and a great contest of golf. It's just another reason to bring your clubs when you come to Cochiti.
Here I am standing here on a beautiful day now. It was snowing this morning, but I'm at Rancho de Chimayo. And the Rancho de Chimayo Collection is here too. And Joseph Sisneros is going to take us through and introduce us to Linda Dunlap. And we are going to see some great pottery, jewelry, and food. Award-winning. Watch. In 2016, something wonderful happened to Rancho de Chimayo Restaurante, located on the road to Taos, outside of Santa Fe. This restaurant received the coveted James Beard Award for being a classic American restaurant. Owner, Mrs. J, has been preparing personal, local, and ancestral traditional New Mexico dishes for over 50 years. Rancho de Chimayo was formerly a house. Mrs. J has converted its rooms into cozy and intimate areas so that you can enjoy your favorite traditional New Mexico platters, along with wine and refreshing frozen drinks. I'm introducing you to Mrs. J, and she's famous.
And I got the James Beard Award last year.
James Beard Award. Now, I mean, here we are all the way out here.
Isn't that something? That's right.
I mean, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, what is one of your specialties here?
It's the carne adobada. Pork marinated in chili.
Pork marinated in chili. By the way, this is charming here in the house. It's just the way the house was, but the kitchen is completely modern. And no wonder she's winning awards.
My name is Joseph Sisneros. I'm the owner of the gallery at Rancho de Chimayo restaurant called the Rancho de Chimayo Collection. And this is a restaurant that got the James Beard Award this year. Only 5 restaurants got it in the United States, which serves native New Mexican food from northern New Mexico and my family's recipes. I feature Native American art, and especially this beautiful lady here. This is Linda Dunlap. She is the great niece of the great Maria Martinez bloodline, and she's one of the few in her family that's carrying on the precision, quality, and formula of her work. And we represent her here exclusively at the gallery. It's been 1994 since she came up with her mother, which is this beautiful lady here, and her sister Jeannie over here, and her other sister Cynthia, who is not here with us now. Linda has taken the ancient technique of going from red ware, which is what you see here, to the black ware. And that's a special process that takes months to do, and it's all based on the timing and ingredients of the fire. And that technique started in the 16th century. The great Maria Martinez, this lady here, was the sister of her mother. And her mother died in 1933, unfortunately. And Maria raised her mother, Carmelita Dunlap, and her brothers, and taught her everything. She was one of the only 3 apprentices ever to learn from Maria directly. All of them are in the Smithsonian. So she was very privileged and fortunate because she became the most awarded potter in United States history, was Carmelita. At the Santa Fe Indian Market, her works were in the White House during the Nixon administration, and just a great lady, and I miss her. She was like a grandmother to me, and I was very fortunate when she called me in 1994 to come up and have me represent her here exclusively, which was an honor, and an honor to have Linda and her other sisters. Here's Linda here, and this is her sister Jeannie here, right here. There's another sister, Cynthia, who is very important in history. She was the one who revived the chocolate, right here.
Working on pottery, it's like you're into yourself. It's almost like meditation. So you have to be in the mood. You have to, everything has to be, you know, your dishes have to be washed. Everything has to be clean so you can focus on your pottery. And that's how I start up. I make pottery at my home in San Ildefonso Pueblo. That's about 20 miles from Santa Fe. My inspiration just comes from nature and things around us. The designs on the pots are all from nature.
This has been a guarded secret, okay? I would say, right?
Yes.
Okay, the only people that I know, that we know, to know how to produce chocolate in history as a true form of chocolate is her mother, her brother, Carlos Sunrise, her sister Cynthia, Linda, and her daughter Shauna, thank God. Shauna knows how to do it. It has not been shared with the Pueblo. And back when Carmelita was living, I asked her why, and she said she wanted it to stay with the family only of master skill. Not just anyone who did pottery, but those that had that 5 and 100 prodigy skill. And that's what Linda is. She's one of our prodigies today. And I know the insides of how it's produced because I'm there. And that's what we give, is the experience. That's why I do a lifetime trade program. If they want to trade out and they keep it original so it's preserved, they can trade for something else at whatever the retail value is for life, even pottery. I don't care if it's 4,000, 2,000, 100. If they want to trade it, we'll do it. And partly it helps to keep the pieces preserved because these are national treasures, and that's important.
Get your copy of the Rancho de Chimayo cookbook.
I'd like to acknowledge George. I think you're deservedly the hometown hero of this great show, and I'm happy to be part of it in my small way as well. So congratulations.
If and when you find yourself in Espanola, New Mexico, be sure to have a little bite to eat at one of our favorite restaurants, El Paraguay. This charming stone building was originally a tack shop and a plumbing store. Famous for their tacos and tamales in the beginning, the Atencio family made the restaurant a nationally recognized traditional American Hispanic restaurant. The decor is old world authentic, with a tortilla lady working by a hot stove and an inviting wooden bar and several friendly themed rooms. Great food and atmosphere to savor. The saying, "It's all in the family," has never been more true than in the Tafoya family, traditional Santa Clara Pueblo pottery artists and creators. It all started with Serafina Tafoya in about 1924, when the matriarch of this dynasty of potters created different handle shapes and carvings into the pottery. She was known for her exceptionally larger pottery and polished blackware. Margaret Tafoya, her daughter, followed her mother's techniques and established herself as the most well-known Santa Clara potters. Now meet Toni and Jeff Rollard, direct descendants of Margaret and Serafina, who carry on the Tafoya tradition.
My mother, Margaret Tafoya, was awarded the National Arts for the Endowment Award in 1984. Santa Clara Pueblo is known for its black carved pottery. We do not do black on black, or we do red, but they're carved. But our Pueblo is known for black carved pottery. Here's some of my tools that I use in making my pottery shiny. Here's the stones from my grandmother's that she used, and maybe even her grandmother used them. So these are the best kind of stones to do my pots, to put the shine on. We apply this red clay slip that comes out of the ground just like our regular clay for making the pots. Now this is the way we put the shine on the pots. So all this pottery that you see on the shelves, they were red and shiny before the fire. And then in the fire, we either make it red or black or brown. My son Jeff will show you a little bit of the carving that he's doing today.
I carve my pieces, and my mother does too, when they're like halfway dry. And we'll go and draw the design on it, and always developing something from our insides. You know, what we're feeling is what goes on to the pieces. So anyway, at that point we draw the design on with a pencil, and then we'll take an X-Acto knife. In this piece, on top here are clouds. This design on the bottom is called the walking bear paw, and is told that a bear spirit once came and led our people to water. It was said that the tracks never went away even after wind and rain and all kinds, like for years. Keep in mind, we do traditional Santa Clara Pueblo pottery, and traditional means handmade by our native clay. It's hand built, and no machinery is used whatsoever. And each piece is a one of a kind. Every piece is done differently, and there's really no way to get one like the other exactly.
You can tell a winner when you see hundreds of trophies to prove it. And Terry Berg, Santa Fe reigning horse trainer and competitor, is a big winner in this special Western riding world.
Yeah.
She teaches her students how to work hand in glove with the horse in perfecting circle, stop, and spin. Always up for a challenge, and her love of horses.
Doing artwork now, along with my horse riding training, has become a source of great joy for me, and I've been selling out of some of the local galleries. I have done some commission work for different equestrian people, and I also do some smaller commission works for people with their pets, possibly their horses. And it's grown into a lot of fulfillment with me, in that I can join other people with their horses in a different way than actually riding them.
You know, we have a lot of YouTube channels, TV channels. One of them is Hotel Video Showcase. So whenever we see a hotel that we want you to know about, you can find it there. There's also Golfing Country TV. It's called Golfing Country TV on YouTube. Great place to go to see the latest in golf courses or ones that we visited through the years. And of course, for our Hometowns and Heroes TV show, we have on YouTube Hometowns and Heroes. So please go to that. And if you want to know about restaurants, top restaurant videos. So we have a lot of channels that are TV channels where they are very full packed with information, and they're on YouTube. Take a look.
Well, thank you for being with us on Hometowns and Heroes. I hope you enjoyed the show just as much as we enjoyed putting it together for you. And if you have a hero in your hometown, please let us know about him or them, and we'll see what we can do. Until then, let's make this world a better place.
Join us again next time to hear another inspiring story featuring our next hometown hero. If you have a hero in your hometown, let us give them a hand.